Hello friends, good morning, good afternoon. In this session, we are going to discuss about data type. So what is data type? Data type defines a column contain what kind of value. In this example, student is the table, student ID is the column and it having four values, 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the number. So we can say there is a integer is the data type and there is a big integer is the data type, and one more thing, name is the column, and we are saving the characters in it, means string in it. So that data type is a string, means in the string there is a bifurcation again, means there is a character, then there is a varchar, n varchar, then varchar max. So they are means segregated in different data types. So let's see in detail. Here I am creating a table, and there is a table name is a student and student ID is the column. So there is an integer and varchar 50 is the data type, correct? And here is the integer is also name. In phone number integer, so integer is also data type. And one more thing, it acquired the some space in the database. Let's say either we are creating the table at that time, means when we are inserting the record, then it grabs some space in the hard disk, correct? And second thing, there is a means suppose we are declaring any variable and we have to assign that variable. So at that time we can use the data type, means suppose uh, declare num as a float, and we are assigning some values 192.32, and then we print it, then we are getting the value from it. So it acquires some value in the database, and database storage on the hard disk drive, correct? Okay. So when we are using the data type while creating the table, while altering the table, then there is a declaring the variable, and in some cases we are converting or cast function. At that time we can use the data type. Let's say here is the convert function, and convert means student ID convert into the varchar. So at that time we can also use the data type, means here is the let's say I am just expanding it, and from student table, correct? And there is a convert student id into the varchar 5, and it is the alias, means for the particular column name we are giving the another name student id 1, and then there is a cast also function and convert also function. We can see the difference in between them in the upcoming session, but right now just uh, go through it like this is the data type, means how we are using the data type in different cases while creating table, altering table, declaring the variable, cast convert function. Okay. And as I said, variable acquires some memory, or that, let's say, or a variable or something column acquires some memory, correct, in the database, and it is dependent on the data type size. Let's say integer having the different data type size, and because it is dependent, means there are in number there are four types, means segregated into the four, means teeny int, small int, integer, and big int, correct? I will go through it in the few minutes, but just for an example, it acquires the some space like the 1 byte, 2 byte, 4 byte, 8 byte. So computer language, there is a bit, means there is a 1 oblique 0, means this is nothing but the bit, and then nibble 4 bit, means there is a 1110 collection of 4 bit. Then there is a byte is nothing but the collection of 8 bit, hmm, or a 2 nibble. It means 0000000, then 0002 up to the 11111111. Means this number is represented as the 255. 1 plus 2 is equal to 3, then 4, 8. This is the 15. And then there is a 1, 2, then 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128. The summation will be a 255. Then this represent as a 1 byte. Okay. And basic unit of storage in SQL is the page. What is page? Means there is a memory allocation in the background, correct? We have to save the data in the database, or there is a declaring the variable. At that time we are saving some memory, correct, in db. So there is a small unit, we can say, uh, basic unit of storage in SQL Server, which is called it as a page, and page size is a 8 KB. So all the information regarding to the in detail I explain on my blog. There is a learn SQL with sagar.blogspot.com, and there is a SQL Server topic, and in that you will go on page in SQL Server. So you redirect on this page, and you get all the information. Means there is a bit nibble, and I will explain this in the few seconds. There is how that size is calculated, and I will explain this extent. So all the notes you will get at here, and right now I am just explaining about the concept. Okay, then let's go through it. So page is the 8 KB size. I say there is a 4 byte. Hmm? 4 byte means integer number, correct? Integer, we have to save the number. At that time we can use the data type as a integer, correct? And what is the size of it? 4 byte. So how it consume the memory in the database? There is a, I consider right now it as a one page, and there is a 1 byte for the each block. So 1, 2, 3, and 4 means it will acquire 4 bytes in a memory, correct? And this is nothing but the 8 KB. 8 KB, it means there is a 8192 bytes, and they are divided into the three sections. Means 96 bytes to the page header, and 8060 is for the data. And means here we can save the data. And there is a row offset, means it having the size as a 36. And again we can segregate into the different, means three things. There is a 10 bytes for forward record back pointer, and there is a 14 bytes reserved for the versioning tag pointing to the version store in the tempdb, and 12 bytes available for the slot array. Means there is a, suppose here is the page and one more page at here, then what is the reference to that particular page? So that content, that information is contained in the row offset, what is the next page, and based on that all the pages are synced to each other. And yeah, that's it. And let's see, I hope you got the some brief information about the basic unit of storage about the page, and means how that SQL data is stored in the backend system. And one more thing, after this we will go through the different data types. Means uh, I would say when we have to use which database, it is dependent on the data type, correct, and data as well. Let's say I have a decimal data 123.44, so it is the decimal, correct? So we can choose the decimal data type for it, and again in that we have to choose smallest one, because a smallest data type can acquire limited space, means less space as compared to the big data type. Because uh, in our application, if there is a no necessity to save large number, and at that time we can uh, consider about the small data type as well. There is a nothing problem. And let's say about the string, means there is a, if we have to store the name or address, at that time we can use the string data type. Means there is a characters, or there is a combination of numeric plus characters. Let's say here is the phone number, and 0 to 0, then wha- that number. Yet in this string, actually we are getting an hyphen character, correct? So that time it is the symbolic plus number plus alphabetical character. So in this case we can use the string data type. I took more time on it because I have to explain each term in detail in a deeply manner, so that I am taking time of you. But once you watched one video, then you will get the complete information about it. And let's start with boolean, because string is covered. And boolean, when we have to use the boolean data type, when there is a true or false value, at that time we date data type. Date data type, when we have to use, actually we have to store the date, time, or date time, or there is a certain condition when we have there is a offset with date time. At that time we can use the date data type. And binary, when we have to use the binary data type in the practical situation, when we have a file like a PDF file or a Word file, and we have to store in a database, correct? At that time we are converting into the binary format, and then that binary format uh, database will allow, correct? So at that time we can use the binary data type. And there is a binary, mm, where binary max are the three different data types in it. And in other, there are different data types like the cursor, unique identifier, SQL variant, XML, or we have to save the image, or there is a special data type like geometry or geography or a table. So at that time we can use the these different data types. In the next session we will cover all these different data types in detail. Thank you. If you like my video from bottom of heart, then please like, share and subscribe. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you like it, share it, and please subscribe my channel. Thanks. Bye bye.